back. Oh, damn.
All right.
Heat coach. His house was burned down.
Goddamn.
Yeah, that sucks. Eric Spolenstra. He's a great coach. Fire destroyed home of Miami Heat head coach early Thursday. 20 units were dispatched to put it out, and they couldn't do it.
Damn, you know what? Andres, that guy takes his kid to Andres' school.
That sucks.
And so he knows, like, he sees
Oh,
him take him with the, luckily no one's hurt.
Sure.
And, like, obviously you have insurance, but your house burns down.
No, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. When your house burns down, it sucks.
Yeah, of course it does. I know. But
I always hated that when rich people's houses would burn down. I forget who it was.
It was the fires in California, remember? Everybody was like, I don't feel bad. These people are rich.
Nah.
It's like,
I'm not that person.
Human beings have, like, all their shit is that they're not like.
I think it was Dabney Coleman or somebody. It was some old man actor, and it was like all of his everything he has.
Yeah.
Like all of his stuff for his life, right? Like his whole legacy, and he has nothing now except he's alive. He has nothing from when and I'm like, that's very sad.
Universally, and I'm going to try to teach my sons, and I try to teach them this. I'm like, you got to judge every single human being individually.
By the color of their skin.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Like,
start there. You start there.
Yeah, I get the gist.
Joking around.
No, but every individual human is different, and you can't just, because people lump the rich, like every rich person is like, fuck that guy.
No, but even beyond that,
every human brain is different.
But I think you have a mental problem if you can look at anyone that lost everything that they own and you're happy about it. That's great. That makes you a.
But in your mind, there's a bad person, so you're like, good. They got, so that's what the problem is.
No, the villainization of the rich is fake. Just ask Bill Burr. He's rich.
There could be bad people that a house burned down, and then I guess you could say that is good because fuck that guy. But you don't know.
I wouldn't argue there have been more.
If you don't know them, you can't have the anger towards it.
I would argue that more bad people's homes have burned down because normally they make bad decisions that lead to their homes burning down.
So I make a lot of.
Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah.
Because we're not even recording. Do you want to?
Yeah. Let's talk because I didn't think I.
It was like some old man, and he then like actor, and I can't remember who it was. And everybody's like, "Yeah, fuck him." I'm like, "It's just a fucking old man. What are you doing?"
Well, I'm not going to be able to we'll talk about it because
right.
Because what's the fuel into it?
Do you want to start?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. We'd love for you to come over, hang out in the chat room with some of the other people that are there right now. Just search for @TomandDan Live. We'd love to have you. Super good time.
2 big events coming up, November 22nd, November 23rd, Bad at Business Beer Fest, Sofas and Suds.
Yes, sir.
Just mark your calendar. So Daniel just told me that the Miami Heat head coach's house burned down. And I was telling you that my buddy Dre kind of, I say knows him. He waves hi to him every day as he drops his kid off at his school.
You know, it counts. Yeah. I know one of the Magic conditioning coaches because he lives right next to where May goes to school.
Yeah.
And we see him every morning, too. And we see him on the news, too. And we always wave, too. That's what you do.
Yeah,
because
in
the hopes that you're going to get Magic tickets. And I know Dre well enough to know that Dre, he's way better at it than me because he's Miami. But he would teach you my ways. He's teaching me the ways. You wave at all the sports coaches, DJs, famous people that go to the school because you might get hooked up to a concert or to a sporting event.
So I make a lot of jokes on the show, but I've screamed out loud like, "Whose house is burning down?" You only houses that burn down are hoarder houses. I made that joke because my buddy, who's a firefighter, told me like a lot of hoarder houses do burn down, and it makes sense because they're filled to the brim with combustible materials, and if it starts burning, there's so much fuel that's And then if you got a mansion, which I'm sure the head coach of Miami has.
Yeah.
I imagine it's clean, and then I'm like, how does? And this goes to show you, like,
you don't think it could be just like maybe he doesn't spend a lot of time there, and there's just clutter everywhere, and his kids are wild.
But clutter's different than enough fuel to start a raging inferno.
Well, clutter plus a candle is all you need, man.
And
then those rooms to go sofas, they'll go right up.
Well, most stuff is built with it's anti-flammable.
You believe
material.
that?
Yeah.
You believe that companies?
Dude.
You believe that? No, I don't believe it.
Go to take a lighter to this couch.
No,
you can hold it. It's not going to start on fire.
No, they cut corners. I believe they cut corners. I have a lighter right here. I'll set the couch on fire just to prove a point.
They don't burn as much as they,
Nah, see, you say that, and then every year, like when Andrea worked at IKEA, every year there was something she had to go and yank from the children's department because they said, oh, yeah, when it gets near flame, it and it's just like it kills everyone. And I'm like, oh, how'd that get through? They're like, we don't know.
I'm just wondering, how does it turn into? I guess the drapery that catches, and then it catches the roof.
Rich people love their drapery
and the rafters. But even the
carpet.
drapery.
What about carpet?
Carpet's made non-flammable.
But I think when you get to rich people, they're like, rules don't matter to us. Buy the flammable carpet because it looks better.
Anyway, but it happened, and it does happen. And
this was a big one too. Firefighters found 2 structures on the property. Said, dude, you were right. This was a mansion because it had been spreading. It partially collapsed, part of a structure, and then there were access issues. The tree fell over. There were more than 20 fire units trying to put this out. It was unoccupied at the time. The fire started at 4:30 a.m. That sounds like a candle.
Well, it's unoccupied, so unless they left it.
No, that's what I'm saying. That sounds like a candle.
Electrical fire. But man, again though, Miami's pretty densely populated. It's weird to me that it got that big to collapse the structure without the neighbors noticing. You know what I'm saying?
Most people are claiming that it would have been, and this doesn't sound like that big of a house either. It's only a 5-bedroom home. He bought it in December of 2023.
Yeah, a 5-bedroom home.
$8 million.
Yeah. It depends on where you are. You're right there near Biscayne Bay, Coconut Grove. 5-bedroom home.
It did not spread to any other homes, and what the neighbors are saying is they suspect it has to do with some of the renovations that were recently done to the home. So I think you might be right on this. It might have been new renovations plus new wiring, and then poof, and then you get a little fire.
Yeah, it's especially if there's renovations and there's wood inside the house, like building materials, then I understand. I'm just like a regular mansion, or even a house, even us, this studio. Well, I guess our office, that's a fire hazard waiting to happen because it's piling the papers on my desk.
In here. Do we do whatever we want? We got sprinklers in here. We can pile it to the ceiling.
But it's like, what would...
I had firefighter buddies of mine tell me that. They're like, oh, you got sprinklers? Pile it to the ceiling.
Yeah, you're right.
They're like, you can do whatever you want because as soon as the fire starts, these sprinklers, when they need to do what they need to do, they'll do it. Now, they're going to ruin everything in here.
Worse than the fire. But it won't burn.
That is how I run my life. I live in a townhome, and I have the same set of sprinklers, and they have to be inspected once or twice a year. And I let them into...
You're right. You could leave anything.
But I'm a different story. In my garage is Tapestry of Nightmares. I'm only battery-powered vehicles now. Only batteries.
All batteries,
I'm Mr. Battery.
Batteries.
Yeah, candles and batteries everywhere. Do you think these sprinklers can go up against an industrial... performance battery. I don't know.
It just goes off and just keeps spraying.
Yeah, but I think it would just 2 wizards fighting at that point because the sprinkler's dumping water. The batteries, I think a battery can burn through water because what have we learned about my car with hurricanes?
The Tesla's underwater fire.
When a Tesla goes underwater, it burns underwater.
Your whole house is flooded and on fire.
And burning. Yeah. It would be bad. And then my scooter, that's a less sophisticated battery. That battery is just that's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
That battery is a ticking time bomb.
I'm waiting for it to explode you off.
It is. I'm waiting for that too.
You'll be
Why do you think I wear leather pants?
And then it's gonna explode you off like the airbag.
It's gonna launch me like Vern Troyer out of a cannon.
And then you're all
ragdoll crazy.
Yeah, right. When someone hits ragdolling, it hurts.
Ooh, I saw somebody on a motorcycle die that way.
Yeah, they're not even bracing for impact. They're just total loose.
They had remember I saw an expedition hit a guy on a bike. And he was like, woo!
Oh, yeah, that's what I claimed that I could actually.
You claimed you could land it. The guy died. That's very disrespectful.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Let's do some email.
All right, let's start with something. This is for an ACT show, so let's start with this one right here. This is a text message. Actually, this is a Facebook Messenger message I got from This is from Garen.
Garen?
Yeah, and he and he says he's been listening to us since we were doing the Raccoon in the Box and the White Label Mabels. I'm getting married this month, and my future stepdaughter always gives me hell when I take her to school in the mornings and I make her listen to the previous night's ACT. In the past year, we sit deadpan silent on the way, and I always play it, but I will catch her laughing at you guys on the way to school. All right. Is there any way that you can give a shout-out to Emily sometime this morning that would make her day? There you go. Emily, thank you for hating our show.
No, she laughs every once in a while.
Yeah, but it's cooler to say she hates it because I understand we're not her demo. But I do know a lot of I can still make kids laugh. They just think we're dumb old men. But when they really get in and they start listening to us, they're like, these guys aren't like the other talk show hosts. They don't do any politics. They just want to be funny. They're just trying to hold their lives together. Like our show is about two dumbasses trying to hold their business and their lives together, and we're not doing a good job.
Yeah, and Emily, like I wish that
Shout out to Emily. Thank you for listening.
See, I wish that when I was a teen, I could have understood that people really don't become this mysterious adult one day that their whole personality changes. Yeah, you're just like the same teen in an adult body.
You know what taught me that?
Your experience matters. Like you don't think the same, and you're like, okay, well now that I've got 43 years under my belt, like I'm a different person. But the core personality is still there. I still feel the similar feelings as I work. You remember your youth.
You taught me this with your grandpa. Not to get serious, but explain how, like...
Oh, he told me what he scared me. I was like,
right?
Don't say that. You're scaring the S out of me.
What did he say?
No, he says, I don't feel 90.
Did he rip his V-neck shirt off at the DMV and he told you to put it on or something? He's like, I'll fight you right here in the parking lot. He's like, this guy's like 18 years old in his mind.
I just remember he's like, I still feel like I did when I was your age.
Your grandpa's ready to storm the beach.
He's like, I still feel this way, but I'm in this old man body. I'm like, oh my God,
shut up.
Scaring the hell out of me. Like, I want you to feel like I'm ready to go. So he didn't feel that way. He felt like he did 30 years ago. You know, like when he was 50.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, and then it dawned on me. I'm like, of course he did. And when he was 50, he probably felt like he kind of did when he was 20. Like, obviously, your views and things change, but it's like still that core you is still in your body, and it's like you're just older now.
Yeah.
And it's
there's a level of frustration I think you get there too, right? When you get older, you know. But I think the old people that seem to handle it the best are the ones that like manage it and keep it in stride. They're like, oh yeah, that's the way it goes.
Of course.
You know? And he was like that. I'm not saying he's not, but like it was funny to see how I like seeing older people when their minds are extra snappy. It's impressive, and it.
Yeah. Well, it scares me because I'm like, well, I'm not that snappy now.
Yeah, I know. All right. I wasn't gonna bring that part up. I know. Yeah. Sometimes I feel very not snappy. Sometimes I think I have an illness.
When I see an old man that's really got it together, I'm like, oh my God. Like Biden made me feel good because I was like, this is what an old man's supposed to be.
I was like, that's where I'm going. All right, I'm on the right path.
Well, I'm better than that, so I'm still good. But when I see an old man that's better than me, I'm like, oh my God.
Sometimes when I see Trump dance, I'm jealous. I'm joking. All right, let's do another email. Let's do a real one. That was just a shout out to Emily. Thank you, Emily. And Gavin. We had... Garen. We had Ghost of Manu Bull said, holy crap, that's my half-brother's name. I thought he was the only Garen around.
It was weird. I've never even heard of a Garen.
It's a Gary Karen is what it is. A Gary Karen is a Garen. This is from Gold Star BDM Cam. Hey, Dan, Tom's pumpkin smashing story gave me a great idea. You should do a BDM episode called Hate Thy Neighbor, sponsored by Love Thy Neighbor. It would be people submitting their best neighbor feud stories. I know there's a lot of good ones out there.
We should do this.
Do you want to put it out there? Is this our new contest? Because I'm going to just say something. Dukes of Hazzard was the stupidest thing we ever did.
And we will give you a free straw hat and a Tom and Dan prize pack for everybody who's willing to come on air with us and tell us your Hate Thy Neighbor story.
Yeah, we already have people in the chat room weighing in. Because Corny's Cheesecake says...
That's a real thing.
Yeah. Did you ever feud with a neighbor?
No.
Yeah, you're not that guy.
No matter what they did to me, I stayed away from it because I don't want to live. I like more than even if something is wrong done to me, I like living in a non-stressful, living in peace.
Living in peace.
And I don't want to come home and see the person and then try to like avoid them because out of the awkwardness or like.
Good call.
Oh, you know, like I'm like living in peace is my greatest value, and more than if my neighbor does something or like constantly maybe is not polite and like inconsiderate.
Yeah.
I'm just like, screw it. Peace is more
valuable. Well, you can't change them either. Real quick, this kind of ties into neighbors and areas. I just wanted to give you the area of the coach from the Heat, Eric Spoelstra's home was southwest of Miami-Dade County near the area of Davis Road and Ponce de Leon Road.
Okay. I don't know.
Not ringing a bell?
No.
I was trying to give you some numbers there. If maybe we could figure out how much this house cost.
I mean, it's $8 to $10 million house, no problem. It's but Miami's weird because what I knew of it 20 years ago, like there's spots in Miami like where that my grandma lived, like down the block from where my grandma lived. Is a place called E-Lake, and there's $15 million mansions.
I think we hit it. In 2017, it sold for 4.3, so I think we're close.
Yeah.
We're very close.
No. Everything is that expensive in Miami, especially.
Back to neighbors quickly. I've always had good luck. I'm a chirper too, which I think helps. Well, if your neighbor's like that. I've had some neighbors that don't like chirping, but I'm also a good enough chirper to know if you're not receiving it, I'm not going to offer it.
I think it's your strategy is better than the old man that just minds his own business and is not chirpy and is not mean. It's just a very down the road, like, you're just like, you may not even acknowledge or whatever. You just like keep to yourself. People take that as you want to be left alone, and it's kind of like aggressively even though if you're not even putting that off, people take it as you're like, oh, this guy, he's too good to say hi to me or something.
Why is he not waving?
Take it as an insult.
I get that sometimes with other people, but I continue to wave. You know what I say about that? I'm like, just be you. Because I'm just going to continue. Like, I'll wave to them. Even if they never wave back to me, it's kind of like what you were saying about, like, look, if they're just being rude, I'll just like, hey, it's fine.
Yeah. You wave to them, acknowledge them, or just keep being nice.
Because maybe one time they will wave. Like, I don't know. Probably not. But
there are people, and we've seen it forever, that have, like, 30-year feuds with neighbors, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I understand.
So we're doing Hate Thy Neighbor. So if you have one and you heard Tom, he will give you a prize. We'll give us something decent too. I'll dig in there and find a gift card or something too, and give it to you because my dad feuded with our neighbor at the last house that we sold. It was over a fence. It's always over a fence. It was over a tree that hung over a fence. And everybody knows what happens. The tree falls and it knocks down the fence. And then it was the neighbor's tree, but it was my dad's fence. Yeah. So then the neighbor drags his feet, getting the fence and the tree cleaned up and repaired. And when that's not suitable for my dad, because he's like me, he wants to do it now. So then they get out there in their boxer shorts yelling at each other, and my dad's spraying him with the hose. And he's like he's out there trying to barbecue, and my dad's spraying water over the fence onto his barbecue. And then maybe the one that really pissed my dad off is when he had the guy come to fix the fence. He took a section of the fence out and then left it open. Well, we have pets. And he knew that. And my dad was convinced that he had deliberately done that so our dog would run away and we'd have to go get the dog. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, why?
So going back to like love thy neighbor, and then like the greatest relationship builder is communication. A lot of problems, and I'm laughing because now I'm realizing like I am a very aloof neighbor that just doesn't care about anything.
You wave though. You're a waver.
No, but
you're not unfriendly.
Here's what could cause a problem, and I was just thinking about this. So, like on one side of my fence, I've got.
Oh, you're a fence guy.
I got. I'm letting my jungle in my backyard grow crazy, and I've got a bunch of pothos.
You're letting your bush grow up.
Growing, and they're a vining plant, and they're growing, and they took over my whole right side of my fence. but they are going over into my neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
And they're going up his tree.
It's a Feed Me Seymour scenario. Yeah, you got an Audrey too.
And then I'm like, and then I see them going over the fence because
you do nothing about it. That's like watching the Scud missiles launch into the village, and you're like, well, I can do nothing about it.
I rationalize it by like, it's
plants. Everyone loves plants.
Yes, I say everyone loves plants. But technically, my vines are encroaching onto his property. And
I would probably hate that if I were the
neighbor.
Yeah.
And I think...
Is it ruining his fence? Because vines will ruin the...
No, well, it's my wooden fence. Because,
Well, hold on a second.
But it's his on his... They're going over onto his side of the fence.
No. If it's your fence, he's just looking at the side of your fence. That's your vine. No, he'd have to put up his own fence. And then if your vine's got on his fence, then you have a problem. But if it's on your fence, I'm with you. I stand with Tom.
Well, I mean, we share the fence, but I guess it's mine.
Have you ever discussed sharing the fence? That's important.
Yeah. Well, no. Like, if it fell down, I'd realize it was my responsibility.
If he fell down, would there be a fence there?
No. It would just
then
be
he has no dog in the fight.
But now they're going way far into his property. Like if they
are like tearing his pool cage down?
No, he doesn't have it. But
are they wrapping around his children's toys?
No. He's single, but I don't know. But
I think you're fine on this.
The overall narrative is I didn't ask him. I'm just assuming, and a lot of neighbors do that. Assume that.
What's his backyard look like? That's important.
Okay. He's not putting any time or he mows it.
I stand with Tom.
He mows
on this.
it though. He keeps it clean. It's real
How
clean.
Clean are we talking? Clean as yours? Because yours is like a paradise.
But some people think all the plants and bushes are not clean looking. Like some people like a very cookie cutter, like
yours just. I would say yours
mine's
looks tropical.
going crazy.
No, I think it looks good.
Yeah, but you should see it like in recent. I'm fertilizing like crazy. It's growing crazy. I don't. What
are you trying to do? You like me growing my hair out.
So back to my original point of I think that a lot of people like me assume that everything's fine. Like for instance, music. Like
you were playing your NWA again, weren't you?
As South Florida becomes Central Florida, there are people's cultures, and I'm trying to I put out a public service announcement.
Yeah,
because
keep your culture separate.
No, it's some people like, and I grew up this way down in not that I do it as much. But my friends will play loud music when they go places, right?
Oh, I do that.
They're doing it for one of my friends, Andre. These were all Andres, okay?
Okay.
So he
this is a big step because you've never really...
He likes playing loud music, but he's doing it for the life of the party. You see what I'm saying?
The spirit of what he's doing is fun.
Take it for the spirit, because when your neighbor's doing it or whatever, people take it as a personal insult, like they're attacking them. Like it's David Koresh and you're playing metal music.
Are you talking to me slightly a little bit? Because I do this out of my garage too, man. You might be talking to me a little bit.
Yeah, but
I do it on my scooter. I bought a new Bluetooth for my scooter. When I ride my scooter, I blast the music. It is so loud.
I'm talking to the people taking it as an insult to them and as an attack. I'm not talking to the music people out there. I'm trying to bring us all together here.
Okay, I like that. Rodney King.
So when your neighbor's having a party or playing loud music, and you're sitting there stewing, you're like, I'm
gonna call the non-emergency number.
Think about it like they want everybody to party.
Consider intentions.
Yeah. And I know some people, no matter what, like my wife, will be like, no, but they have to be courteous to their neighbor.
They have to quietly party
and realize that not everybody wants loud music, and some people want peace and quiet, and they're being, they're not acknowledging that. And I understand that point. But if we just try to take it like I do as, hey, everybody wants me to party.
Well, you're a little more easygoing, right? Yeah. You're a little more easygoing guy.
But back to the hate thy neighbor, there's a lot of things that are happening that are causing people to stew, and the other person may be oblivious to it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And that's why, and Colette would probably say this if we were doing Love Thy Neighbor. She would say that there's nothing wrong if you can communicate it effectively and politely with saying, hey, I don't really like that. Would you mind turning your music down?
Yes, and the people are like, oh, I didn't know. Instead of saying, like, oh.
But you've always said that. You've always been one of those people that's like, well, hold on, before you go yelling at everybody, do you think that you naturally do this? You'll be like, do you think he knows? Because I would be more like Crystal and I are more like, what the hell's this guy doing? And you're like, well, I don't know if he knows.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair.
And you were like, how can he not know? He's setting fireworks off at Christmas Eve.
But sometimes people get so excited, whatever. Let's go with this.
I've seen an example of this. Like people share some sort of yard space, like a swell or some sort of like shared like a piece of their yard.
We did with our cul-de-sac.
And then like sometimes, and then people are like, oh, this guy's not mowing his portion. Like it could be a little triangle or whatever. Yeah. And then the other guy could be like, oh, well, I don't want to encroach into this person's.
I was doing that because I didn't want to. I don't want to step on your ground and mess it. I don't want to do anything that you don't want done.
Yeah, and then the other person thinks they're doing it as an attack and be like, he's doing it on purpose. Because he's saying, why don't you do it, MF? And they're making this up in their mind and getting mad every day they see it. And it's like, what? None of this has to happen. Like and the other person doesn't even know. They're going on their life. They're oblivious.
But we also haven't gotten to the point where the person sometimes that wants to argue just needs chemicals, and they're addicted to getting those chemicals through arguing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because those are people too, where it's almost like you're looking for something to happen just because you need that dump of whatever it is, that emotional dump. That's a real thing. I deal with it. I deal with it.
Look at online. Yeah. That is full of online. Like, why are these people arguing? They like it.
Yeah.
And if you say they don't like it, I will prove to you just by evidence of them doing it over and over that they do like it.
I mean, you could just give me your phone. They hand you your phone. You go, how many hours you spend on your phone? And you look at that number. Oh, 7 hours a day. Okay, there's your proof. You are addicted to it.
Yeah, either you like it or you're addicted to it.
Yeah.
You're one or the other.
Exactly. Let's go with this one from our friend Joshua. He says, how do you guys feel about homemade Halloween costumes? I have made a tradition of making a homemade costume each year with my daughter. She is 6 and helped paint, decorate, and wire up the lights on hers. That kid is loaded up on candy just due to having a homemade costume over all the store-bought costumes. And here is a picture of her costume. I'll put it up on the camera. It looks like a cardboard robot with like lights and like she painted it herself and everything. My first reaction to this costume is it looks horrible. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Spirit and China does it better.
I'm joking.
No.
I love homemade Halloween costumes.
Of course.
The problem is you have to have a kid that's willing to do that with you, time.
Yeah.
And you have to be creative enough to pull something off. And I don't know if you and I, we're creative, but I don't know.
Well, okay, I'm glad this email came out because I
thought you might have an opinion on it.
I was mad this Halloween because my son's...
I knew you were mad. You didn't say one thing about Halloween night, and that led me to believe it wasn't special. You were mad about it.
Well, I'm only mad at myself because I made them, and I say they made them, but they have my DNA, which is the DNA of no fun. Right? And so they don't get we kept. I mean, 6 months ago, we're like, hey, what do you think about being for Halloween? I don't know. And then they procrastinated and waited, and then all of a sudden, like 2 days before Halloween,
I kind of like this.
We kept saying like, what do you want to be? And then we went through a group. Let's do a ET family that
costume. Been good, man.
And then,
what were you gonna be, Elliot?
Well, no. Once we got close, I'm like, no.
Or you be ET where he's chalky. He's disgusting. Disgusting chalky ET.
Tommy's like, I need a basket and an ET and a blanket. And I'm like, they don't have that at Spirit Halloween. We gotta get that early.
You order it on Amazon, man. You could have done it.
No, but he waited too long. He was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then so finally 2 days before we go to Spirit Halloween, we walk through Chinese garbage.
How does Spirit Halloween look now? Because I haven't been there.
Like worse than ever.
And you know what we don't get here, and you know what they're starting, and they're coming, and you're gonna get them. Do you know Spirit has a Christmas store now?
Oh yeah, because
we're gonna get them. They're saying Orlando is gonna get some of the new
garbage.
It's all trash. Don't buy it.
So anyway, and they got this blow up Godzilla, blow up King Kong, and they wore it for a minute, and they're just like, Max Tommy's started deflating. He was like, I'm done with it.
1 out of every 2 inflatable costume deflates.
And then I was like, man, there's no value into this. And maybe there isn't for my sons, but the fact that your daughter made something creatively, put the effort into building it, and that's 100% more valuable than anything you could buy.
So would you offer to this guy? So if
he did it right.
But if he sees that, it's up to him to foster that, right? You have to continue to do that. It's kind of like you with your traditions. It's why I didn't want you to ever, even though I made fun of it, I didn't want you to kill the Christmas on the yard tradition. I'm jealous of things like that. Those are cool. You have to foster this. You have to continue to do them. When you kill them, you kill a little part of your life. I do feel that way.
Oh, yeah. That's that. That involved an insane amount.
But it was
of
cool
effort.
when you did it, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at Andrea one day. I'm like, God damn, what are we doing? We do nothing for Maisie.
No. Well, she don't want it. That's the thing. Like, and so maybe
She already had her costume picked out. She had 2 different costumes she wanted. She went online, picked her costume out, and it had been picked out for 3 months.
But that's the thing. Like, there's not enough. My sons didn't even know what they wanted to be, so there was very little value into, like, I mean, if they wanted to be something, I would 100%, figure out a way to make it, or let's put it together, or like, but they didn't, and they're just like, but next year I'm gonna tell them, like, none of this, like, going and just buying some generic garbage for $60. Let's if you want to, like, let's put it together at home, or like let's think about it a month earlier, and then put the damn thing together, put some effort into it, because that's what you're gonna get the most out of, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's probably the idea creation and the building of the costume is 90% of it, and then you just walk around for
yeah.
I mean, it's the destination, not the journey, or what, the journey, not the destination, whatever.
Oh, Tommy took off his Godzilla and then just walked around with just some lighty, or the glow in the dark necklace, and then he's like, I still get the candy. I don't even need to do nothing.
It's you.
I'm like, I don't.
I'm like, oh God, he's doing it.
I'm like, no, don't turn it to me. No one's gonna like it.
Now in 10 years, I just need to find an overly emotional wife, and I'll give her no emotion.
Oh, she'll tell you what to do good too.
Let's go with this one. Howdy, Dan and Tom. Do you remember what kind of wishes you made at a wishing well? Ever steal from a wishing well? Shout out to Talking Wishing Well at Islands of Adventure. Yeah, I remember. I don't remember what I wished for, but I do remember the first one. This is a weird memory. I remember the first wish. This is a crazy thing I remember. The first wishing well I ever threw money into, where I actually made a wish, my mom was taking me to Stetson University to see a performance of the play or musical Mercado. It's a Japanese Mercado. I think it's called Mercado. It's a Japanese kabuki style play. And I threw money in there wishing for a drum set.
All right. Okay.
But
did you believe
no,
that?
Not really.
Okay, you just.
But I went along with it.
Put it out there.
Well, Mama said, Mama says throw some money in there. Wish for Dan Lee. Wish for a drum set. I'll do it. Like, I mean, she's just leading me down the path.
yeah. And then when it happens, indoctrinating you into magic.
Yeah, and that in music, right? I mean, what did my mom want me to do more than anything, right? Music. I mean, there was like what Crystal does, vegetarian. My mom with music, 100%. Why do you think I played flute? No little boys choose flute. None. Zero. In the history of time, I don't think any child boy has ever said, you know what, I want to play the flute. I played the flute.
Okay.
I played the accordion. The first instrument I learned how to play was the accordion. Do you know how cute it is to see a 1 foot tall little boy play the accordion? It's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Okay. I'm going to say this into the show, but and you know the story, but when Tommy was doing his instrument testing, and he had to try all the instruments, and then they fitted them. It was instrument fitting, right? In middle school. And then he went to the flute, and he went to the flute. Went to all, and then at the flute, in my mind, I was like, please don't get the flute.
Yeah.
What? Why
you think
is
my
that?
dad wanted me to play the flute because it looks like a weenie? Do you think my dad wanted me to play flute?
But Peter Pan.
Peter Pan didn't play the flute. What you think? Hold on a second. We got to roll back. Hold on a second. We have to investigate. We have 10 minutes. You think Peter? You're thinking of the pan flute, played by Pan, who was half man, half goat. Like goat legs.
Yeah. Okay.
You thought Pan was Peter Pan, and you thought Peter Pan was half goat and played the flute. We have a lot of work to do, Melissa. We have so much work to do today.
No, the pan threw me off. I knew some pan played the flute.
My dad told me the joke. That was the joke I got in trouble for. That my dad told me. He's like, "Watch Peter Pan fly. You'd fly too if somebody hit your Peter with a pan." One of my dad's favorite jokes. So, that's 2 for 2 with dad jokes. I've been sharing my dad's favorite jokes.
When you came home playing the flute, was your dad mad about that?
He wouldn't show it. You know how? Okay. real talk. You know how I don't talk about dance in any bad way at all?
Yeah.
Even though I wanted her to do music? Exactly my dad. My dad wanted me, when I switched to drums, trust me, he was very happy. But like any music, like he just wanted me to do just to do it. You know what I mean? Like just to do.
Yeah. Didn't matter.
He kept his mouth shut, and he was an old real man. But I bet you in his mind, he's like,
no!
Oh, he's got the robot dick. Oh, he's sucking it. Right?
Yeah.
Because you knew my dad.
Yeah,
like That's the funny thing.
I bet my life.
You met my dad multiple times. It's not like he was a fictional character. He made jokes, and but he never made them about that because that would have changed the relationship between he and I. And just like you and Tommy and Max, ain't nothing you're gonna do to hurt those boys.
If he landed on the flute, I'd never ever even. I'd be like, awesome.
Don't say he landed on the flute. Don't say that.
Oh, me and your dad in heaven would be all mad.
High-fiving.
Make it rain on them. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. I like your imagination, though. That's good.
I don't know. You
only for small bits of time. Only for like 35 minutes or so.
Control the weather in heaven? I don't know.
I mean, it's just as believable as any of the other tales that people tell. Sorry, that's mean. All right, let me grab another one.
Let's do it.
Let me grab another one here. That one was good, though. And yeah, I do remember. But music was one of those things that 100% my mom, and like she wanted me to enjoy music because she enjoyed music. Let's go to this one right here. This is from our buddy Kara, or PP Sprinkles.
Okay.
You know, we find her in the chat room sometimes. Kara says, so real talk. I have been playing Pokemon Go just slightly less than EJ when it comes to leveling up. I have the XP. He got the jump on the associated takes that come with 71 to 80. By the end of the weekend, I should be on the same level as him, but that's not the point of the email. I recently learned that you can request data from the game, and it is massive, like the size of a book. If you really want to see some stats on how much EJ plays, have him request that. It will even show where he plays, gyms he takes over, the very first Pokemon he caught, and a mega F-ton of other data that would take this nerd a long time to go through. So I'm requesting mine. Best BDM for life, Kara. So they do keep a pretty significant, I guess, listing of where you go and what you do with that app.
Huh. Well, I guess it makes sense and maybe easy enough to store that. You would just think it would be a tremendous amount of data with every user, like storing every place they played using their GPS and stuff, because it's all the game uses your GPS, right?
Yeah.
And then so it's storing all that. But I guess that's a tremendous amount of value marketing-wise if you could do in-app advertisements to, like, like this person plays all around these stores. Market the stores.
Now, I'm not paranoid.
Right?
You know I'm not a paranoid person,
yeah.
At least when it comes to this sort of stuff. It was one of the things that turned me off about that game. I think the publisher was Viantic, or I think it was Viantic, but it started coming out right after Pokemon Go was released, that they were basically using it to track your every move. And I don't know if that's true or not. Niantic, thank you. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, I don't think I want to, even though that's happening to me anyway.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't need one more. I just don't need one more.
But they all just want to market to you, and that's why everybody's like paranoid about all this data the internet has in you.
Everything's money.
Which, by the way, everybody just wants to market products to you. It's just about money. No one cares about anything. No one cares what you're doing. No one cares about your life.
Nobody cares if you're playing flute.
They care about money. They always have. They always will. Everything's run by money. They just want this data so they can market garbage to you.
And you'll buy it
from China.
And you'll probably buy it.
Yeah, and you'll buy it. That's how our economy works.
Yep.
They market garbage to you. You buy it because it releases dopamine, and you're like, oh. And then you get the garbage. You don't even use it, and you throw it in our landfills, and we just continue to do them. I'm in the system. I'm doing it.
How do you feel about, like, not necessarily weight loss, but like fitness fads, and like I do love a good product that is like you don't need it, but it exists. I'm a fan of those, you know, like, and I'm a mark and a sucker for products and packaging and stuff like that, and I'm completely blatant about it. Like I share with people, I'm like, I see that. Oh, they changed the label on that. I want to try it. This is from our buddy John. He says, hey, show. Dan, you were talking about not drinking enough water. I was the same way. Never drank much water. At the end, end of the day, I was constantly dehydrated, mainly due to lack of taste. What I did was buy an Air Up water bottle. Have you heard of that?
No.
The Air Up? Also a water filter because we don't have Guardian like you guys do. It got me into the habit of carrying around a water bottle and sipping it all day. Air Up was all over YouTube a few years back, and I remember this is why I'm bringing it up. It's basically a water bottle with a flavor pod on the top of it. The water is the flavor is just a scent, which tricks your brain into tasting a flavor when you're just drinking plain water. So it's almost just like a scratch and sniff sticker of some sort, or like an air freshener that releases a fruity or like a chocolate or whatever you want scent.
Okay.
So you're just using that scent in your nose and the water in your mouth, and it tricks your body into thinking you're drinking like soda or something flavorful, and he says it actually works. I love and hate stuff like that. Absolutely love it and hate it. Because you don't need it, but it's so cool.
But I guess that's what we do is we don't need any of the stuff we have, but we have it because we think it helps us. And if it does, great. If it helps you drink more water, then what's the, Well,
I've been eating the pods. They taste delicious.
Then it doesn't matter. But I'm also, there's this whole, everybody got to drink more water thing that I'm like,
Mark Marrow, I haven't talked to him in
you don't
forever.
need it.
I remember Mark Marrow giving me, no lie, over 30-minute speech about how he has never consumed a cup of water. I swear to God, I am not making this up. And if I'll reach out to him on Instagram, and maybe we can have this conversation, because I bet you he would. Because I sat at his office one time, and he's like a wrestler, a workout guy, motivational guy. He helps kids, and he's telling me, Double Dizzy, I've never tasted water. I drink coffee. I drink anything but water. And then I only have 30 minutes of sleep a day. And he would tell me that he only sleeps 30 minutes a day and never drinks water, and I believe him. Because he looks at me. Look at him. Have you looked at him lately?
Yeah.
No. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you're a slave to your genetics. It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Yeah, if you need water, you're a slob.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah, but it's not going to affect much.
Water's for slobs, it's not for good genetics.
Drink water, don't drink water. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You did full rock. I love that. You want to do one more?
Yep.
All right. We got done with drinking. Actually, I think you and I do drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of Mountain Dew in the beginning of the day. But then while I'm here, water. I drink nothing but water.
Yeah. Well, we're talking a lot, so we're just constantly pounding water. I'm peeing all the time. I'm
peeing right now.
I pee way too much. I'm sure my prostate, my whatever.
Well, I need to pee, but when I go in there, it's just it's one little, and I'm like,
and then a new drop comes in, you're like, I gotta go again.
yeah, I get it. Bad. Hey, show. On the OG show, you were talking about giving your kids sex advice, and I have a story that's kind of related. This was 2001, and my younger brother, who had a great idea to get married at 18 to a girl he dated almost a full year of high school, so of course that relationship turned out great. Although he would sleep with our cordless house phone and a giant rubber band holding it to his head so they could talk until they fell asleep. Anyway, they went to talk to a minister who was going to officiate the wedding, an older man, like 50 plus. He asked a few basic wedding questions. The third question was if they were having anal sex, followed by a long lecture on how they should not be doing that. Not that they were, but he really felt that they needed advice on the subject just in case. I guess he went on and on about it for at least 30 to 40 minutes. Yeah, religious people are weird. Love the show, BDM John. I did that before I got married at the
anal sex.
Yeah, exactly. At the request of my mom.
Oh, talking to a
minister.
A minister, yeah. I remember when you did this.
I hated it. I hated it, man. I'm glad she's not around to hear this because I never said this to her. But yeah, it meant a lot for her. For me.
And Andrea isn't religious either.
No, not at all. And my mom wanted me and Andrea to go and at least talk to him about what we wanted to do, talked about the ceremony, talk about our relationship and our bond together and how Jesus would fit within that relationship. And he was a very kind man.
I'm sure it's fine.
Well, he's also my favorite.
It's a positive thing.
He's also my favorite minister we ever had, and he's a little more progressive, and I had no problem telling him that I don't really believe, but I do believe in him, in his relationship to me, and that any relationship advice he can give me is valued.
Of
You know
course,
what I mean?
yeah,
I don't
because
need to believe in whatever.
Older and experienced.
Yeah.
He's been working with human beings a long time. He's got knowledge. It's a positive thing.
Yeah.
You
Like the chat room said, leave room for Jesus.
It's much.
Leave room for
Well, that's to get him put the marketing. If he's not doing his job if he doesn't do that, because it's all. But it's fine. It's positive. Like I hate like villainizing stuff that like okay, you're not religious.
No.
Who cares?
You're also path of least resistance.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll go talk to you. Like it's whatever. It could be a waste of time. It could be just talking to someone about whatever. Like it's all fine.
Well, the cool thing is we actually convinced him to be the officiant. So he made a special trip to marry me and Andrea, which meant a lot to me because I like the guy. So that was pretty cool. So you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar, right? It's like I wanted the whole day to just be positive, and if that little portion of religion meant that much to my mom, well, the least I can do is give her that, right?
Yeah. We just,
be cool, bro.
Everyone's just like, I'll do whatever, like,
fine.
the stuff I do about my head. So, well, I'll just do it. I don't care. I'm just gonna stay there, eyes open. I'm looking up.
Yeah, just so you know. Hold on, you raise your hand. Yes, sir. Just so you know, I do not believe in any of this, but I'm going along with it.
Yeah, my eyes are open. I'm looking straight up.
I'm looking at the devil right now.
I close my eye, look down, respectful. Whatever.
I'm putting my earbuds in while we pray because I don't believe in this. Don't do that.
Whatever. You want me to take my shoes off? I would now
in
my head. I'm just like, what are you too good for shoes?
What's wrong with my shoes?
Yeah. Which they are tracking sand everywhere.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let's end on shoes. How do you feel when you go to someone's house they make you take your shoes off?
Oh well, we've talked about this on the show. Because,
Sam did it.
Yeah. And then I made fun.
Still
of it.
makes me mad.
No, but listen. Crystal was just bitching. She's like, "There's sand everywhere," because I ran cross country in a field, and then I put
with
my
the Sandman, your best buddy, Mr. Sandman.
Oh, and he's a tornado.
He's everywhere. He looks like a mummy.
Why are you coming up like a tornado? You're spreading it around.
Oh my God. All right. Hold still, man.
Let's get out of here. We will see you tomorrow.
That was funny. All right, guys. We'll be back in a little.